There's lots of birds. I hear something croaking over there. Really pretty morning today. Thanks for joining me this morning. I just did a long meditation for myself, got a little download, and then afterwards got into asking questions for the collective, as we do, getting our weekly message. So I'm really excited to share today's message. Last week we talked about the softening of the heart, about sort of listening, getting quiet, taking pauses to respond to anything that was coming up with the intelligence of our heart. So it didn't come from a reactive place. It came from a place of consciousness. It came from a place of intelligent awareness, the intelligent awareness of our heart. So I hope that served you really well last week, that you allowed your heart to govern you through your week, and it's led you to a new place. And what's coming through today, as far as the energy that is carrying us into this week, what I got was letting go and releasing. And this letting go and releasing, when I settled into that coming through, I asked, what do you mean letting go of what? And really, it was about everything in the sense of letting go of sort of ideas and beliefs and expectations and constructs. So as it relates to people in our lives, jobs or work or activities that we're engaged in, environments that we're exposed to, I think a lot of us are experiencing these really big shifts and transformations. As we go through our own shift and transformation, we change and we shift, and so the way the world responds to us begins to shift as well, because we're naturally occupying a new vibration. We're moving into a new space. So as that happens, as we shift, especially we allow the intelligence of our heart to guide us, right? We're operating from a new place. It's not an intellectual place. It's not an emotional place. It's a different kind of intelligence. As we navigate this in a new way, again, the world around us is going to change. And what we have to do in order to move through this process without completely losing our minds and going insane is we have to release our ideas and our constructs about not only who we have been in the world and how we show up in the world, how we relate to family and friends and lovers and coworkers and our political system and our economic system, all the things. We have to let go of who we've been in relation to all those things. And in return, we have to let go of the idea of what all those things are to us, right? Because as we move into this new awareness, as we move into a new way of being, a new way of living, a new state of consciousness, our relationship to the outside world really is going to change, and we have to let go. We have to release. We have to essentially forgive, right? Because to forgive is to release and to let go, to make peace with people, places outside of us. We have to release those constructs of what they are, what they've been, so that there can be new meaning, right? There can be a redefinition of what those relationships look like. So what we do in this process is not only do we free ourselves and we free our heart and we free our being to be recreated and to be renewed, but we also get the opportunity to redefine our relationship to the world around us. So as we change on the inside, maybe the people around us don't change. Maybe our economic and our political systems and our social systems don't necessarily fundamentally change in a grand level, but our relationship to those things is going to change. And so as we move into a new experience of ourselves, we give ourselves the opportunity to renew and redefine ourselves in relationship to all those things. So the energy coming into this week is release, let go. And in essence, forgive yourself for who you've been. Forgive the world for what it's been to you, because we're moving into a new way of coexisting and co-creating. So I ask my follow-up question, well, where are we in our power, right? And where are we in our power? We're in our power, our ability to choose and to create. So this week, as you let go of old expectations, old ideas about who you've been, what the world has been to you, and what that relationship looks like, step into a new state of choosing. You get to create. You get to redefine yourself and your relationship to the world, and our ability to create and choose what stays, how it stays, when it goes, how it goes, that power is with us this week. So think about that. Again, people, places, situations. Maybe the players in the game don't necessarily change, but maybe they switch positions, right? Or we choose new roles, or we choose a new play to run, to use a little bit of an analogy. We have an opportunity to choose and redefine our relationship to the world. And remember that this all has to do with us, right? This is all within our power and our control to release old expectations, old thoughts, old beliefs, old wounds, even old happy times. Release those things, like reset to zero, right? Reset to neutral, and say, okay, well, where am I now? Where is this person now? Where is this job in relationship to me now? Where is our social, political, economic system in relationship to me now? And how am I going to now show up in relationship to that? How am I going to choose to redefine my relationship to these things from a place of intelligent awareness, from a place of consciousness, rather than a place of patterning or wounding or trauma, or like I said, even joyful, happy things that we obviously never want to end or go away. Putting all that aside, well, where am I now? And how am I going to choose to interact and engage with this dimension of the world and life around me moving forward? Or maybe for just today, right? So let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. So that's where we're in our power this week, is to really choose. I'm encouraging you to make an empowered choice about how you relate to everything in your world. The second piece of this, where is that thing coming from? Wow. Little truck up on the road there, backing around. The next piece of this is, what are the unconscious influences, right? The unconscious influences that are present with us here this week is what I saw was the symbol that I get in readings for people that are cutting cords. It's like, it is that release. Again, so understand that whether it's you, whether it's other people, whatever, right now, people are choosing in a lot of ways to let go and to release. So whether we like it or not, this process is happening, okay? So I think one of the reasons why this strength, the power with us, is to create and to choose and to be conscious in our choosing is present, is it's kind of a heads up, right? From God and from loving awareness and our guides. It's like, hey, recognize you have the opportunity to choose this, and take and seize this opportunity where we kind of reset to neutral to make a choice about how to define where you go moving forward and how you relate to the world moving forward. Because sort of the cutting of ties, the releasing of old ideas and structures and beliefs, right, or constructs, it's happening anyways. It's what's happening unconsciously. If we watch all around us, we can see it everywhere. We see it everywhere. We see it in people, we see it in families, we see it in cities and states and governments, we see it in businesses. A lot of the old constructs are slowly just kind of unraveling, and we have an opportunity to be a conscious agent in that process. In fact, I encourage and I implore you, as a conscious person, if you're watching today's message, like, you're one of the people that should be consciously choosing how to redefine and renew this experience, because you're coming from a place of the intelligent awareness of your heart, coming from a place of connection with God and spirit. And that is the most important thing right now. We need that now. We need loving awareness and loving consciousness to fill some of these voids, to reimagine and recreate so much of what we've been doing personally, socially, collectively. So know that the unconscious influences, that ties are being cut, and old constructs are being broken down, and things are being sort of dissolved. And while that can be confusing and jarring and destabilizing at times, it also provides us the opportunity to make a choice and to choose and to create from a place of loving awareness and a place of great intelligence. And what I got for the last bit of this is, where is this headed? Where are we going as we kind of head towards the end of the week? And we're going to be asked to listen. So we're going to be asked to listen in response to the choices that we are making. So whatever fishing line you throw out into the water, whatever peace offering you make to the people, whatever you extend, from the goodness, the kindness of your heart, the intelligence of your own loving awareness and the loving awareness of God and Spirit, whatever you choose to put out there and create with, by the end of the week, listen to what the response is, listen to who and what is responding in a resonant way, look and listen for what is willing to meet you where you're at and where you're coming from. And a lot of times I'm used to hearing that phrase, you meet people where they're at, and I've heard that in social work and counseling and working with people, and it's about coming to their level and just meeting them. You meet them where they're at. And in this case, as people who are really dedicating our time and our attention in our lives to connecting to God's loving awareness, connecting to the intelligence of our heart and spirit, we're going to ask people to meet us where we're at. And so we're going to elevate, we're going to elevate the conversation, we're going to elevate the dynamic, we're going to elevate the relationship. That is the role we have an opportunity to play. So it's like being a guitar string, or a cello string or whatever that's in tune. It's like being a piano key that's in tune, and we're going to use that note of loving awareness, right? That key of loving intelligence, and we're going to let that be the vibration and the frequency that we're going to ask folks to meet us at. We're going to ask them to tune up to our level, whether it's in our relationships, in our jobs, in our work, requiring our elected officials and representatives to meet us there too, in all the ways, in whatever way that you're called to. The most important thing is you start inside your heart, you start with yourself, and it's you work from the inside out, right? So don't take on too much, because those little changes that are taking place in you and in your home and with your friends and your family and your close relationships, those things, that has a ripple effect no matter what. So don't bite off more than you can chew. I'm just kind of trying to include everybody and everything in this collective reading. So there you have it. There's sort of the energy that feels like that wants to come through for the week. The top of the week here, we have an opportunity to release, to let go. I'm going to use the word to forgive. That word is used in a particular context, but really what that word means to me is to release and let go of that which kind of binds us, keeps us stuck, in a certain place. And I think that goes for things that are painful, emotional, hurtful, but it also goes for things that we're holding on to that maybe did once serve us, forgiving and releasing and becoming at peace with sort of a renewed neutral state is what's carrying us into this week. And in return, we have the opportunity to choose and redefine. A good example of this is a few months ago, a really good friend of mine asked me if I would be her brother. And it was really, I thought it was so sweet, right? Like, we're friends, we've been friends for years here, a few years here, and she's going through this process of sort of consciously redefining her life, and she asked me to be her spiritual brother, and for us to make that agreement that she's my spiritual sister and I'm her spiritual brother. And that was really cool. That felt really good. So there's kind of a little personal example of how this process can work, us choosing our relationships and choosing how we're gonna show up for one another in this moment and moving forward, even if we've been, other things to each other in the past. So a pretty cool opportunity to do that, to choose to recreate and to renew from the loving intelligence of your heart space. Again, the unconscious influences of this process is taking place no matter what. Things are shifting and changing. Old ideas and structures and constructs are dissolving. Again, this provides us an opportunity to recreate and choose, so it doesn't happen and is as disruptive as it could be. And finally, as we step into the choosing, we're going to listen to how people, places, and things around us respond to what we offer, to the choice that we make. And in that, we're going to find our partners, our allies, our co-creators, our collaborators in recreating not only ourselves, but the world and the life that we're living. So pretty cool opportunity. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for this message. Thank you for tuning into this message, and I hope it serves you on your journey this week. Have a beautiful day. See ya.